Recently, Mr. Topham had bought a new engine called Edward, and Edward did not want to disappoint him. So, Edward, how's the work? It's fine, but I feel tired. Could we get a new engine, please? It will be expensive, but you deserve a break. I'll cancel your trains today while I'm gone. So, Sir Topham had boarded a ship to go to England. Later, he arrived at a dock at Brighton. He then spotted a large tank engine. Hello, tank engine. Would you like to come to my new railway? Yes, sir. I'll call you Thomas. Thank you, sir. I'll see if I can buy you then soon, Thomas. Goodbye. Hello, Edward. I told you you would have someone to work with, and here he is. Sir, I don't mean to be rude, but Thomas is missing a wheel. You are completely right, Edward. I didn't have enough money to cross the channel, so I sold one of Thomas's wheels. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I need one of your wheels. Will I still be able to work? Yes, but it will be harder to. If you work hard, I will be able to give you a new one. Okay, sir. I know you know best. So that night, while Edward was asleep, Sir Topham Hatt worked very hard to take off one of Edward's driving wheels and put it onto Thomas. In the process, a businessman came up and talked to him. Hello, sir. We know you are a good businessman, and we would like to know if you would like to become our new head of the treasury for the entire island. Would you like to take the job? Oh yes, that would be nice. Thank you, sir. You are most certainly welcome. Then I have a message to tell the Duke, the ruler of Sodor. I would like a tax for the railroad for new supplies. Yes, sir. Good day. Well, Thomas, the next few weeks might be Edward's best weeks. He might get a new wheel anyways. The next few days, Edward was very happy to have a friend to talk to. Thomas was very happy to actually have a friend, unlike at the docks. Sir Topham Hatt did get a wheel for Edward thanks to the entire island. Sodor was having one of its best ages. Business was coming from all over the world. Sir Topham Hatt even built a branch line. Everything was perfect, but soon that would all change. Edward and Thomas, we are opening up a new section of the line to open up the new branch line. I know I don't ask much, but this is the only thing I want. Do not go into the construction site. I wonder what could be so wrong about the construction site, Edward. I don't know, Thomas. Tomorrow I'm gonna be working in the yard near the site. Maybe I'll be able to see what's happening. It's a good thing I'm a great shunter. Okay, Thomas. So the next day, Thomas went to the yard at the harbor. He was starting to do his work. He tried to get close to the construction site, but his driver said no. One day, Sir Topham Hatt's wife came to the yard when Sir Topham Hatt wasn't looking. Hello, Thomas. You look like you are tired. Why don't you take a break? Because I want to please Sir Topham Hatt. But you don't need to. If you get in trouble, blame it on Edward. He's the responsible one, right? Yes, but good. Why don't you just go over there to that siding in the construction site? After all, it isn't forbidden, right? I can't do that. That's against the rules. Then I'll take the blame. I don't want to get into trouble, but okay. Then go along. So, with that, Thomas slowly went towards the construction site. He kept thinking that it was wrong, but it would be okay because Sir Topham Hatt's wife would take the blame. Finally, he entered the construction site, and it was so cool that he had to share the fun. He rushed out of the site and went to find Edward. When he found them, Edward was hesitant, but he didn't want to miss an opportunity. But once they had both put their wheels into sight, they heard a voice. It was Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas and Edward realized that they had done something wrong, and they ran away to a siding in the woods. "I'm so sorry, Edward. I knew we shouldn't have gone in, and then I made you come along. I'm so sorry." "It's also my fault, Thomas, for listening to you. But we should try to hide before he finds us. Even though we're the only two engines on the railway and we're giants, he probably won't notice." "Edward, Thomas, where are you?" "We have to stay quiet." "Okay." "There you two are. Why did you run away?" "Thomas and I ran into the construction site after you told us not to go in. The only reason I did it was because there was a lady that told me it was okay to go in." "What lady?" "A lady with a hat on." "Mrs. Hatt by chance?" "I guess." At that moment, Mrs. Hatt went by. "Lady Hatt? I'm sorry. I wanted to screw everything up for your railway now and forever because I knew you would punish your engines, so I lied to Thomas instead." "Edward, I'm disappointed that you didn't listen to me. You will have problems with your strength for the rest of your career now." "Thomas, I'm disappointed that you didn't trust me. For the rest of your career, you will have problems with impatience. I'm not at all pleased with you, Lady Hatt, for you will be banned from the railway unless I say so. By the way, someday your deeds will be undone and you will not have to do your punishments anymore, you two. Also, Lady Hatt, someday my family will get rid of you once and for all time. You got that?" "Yes, Sir Topham Hatt." "Also, Thomas and Edward, you are banned from the main line until further notice. Goodbye, everyone." So Thomas went to the branch line from Knapford to Farquhar Quarry. Edward went to the branch line from Wellsworth to Brendam. And Lady Hatt left the island. And so, the disobedient deed was done, and the consequences had come. I certainly hope that they all learned their lesson, don't you?